pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First, we have the approval of the regular session minutes of 9:05. Do we have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Painter,
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey,
Aye. Next is Andy Dickerson, Executive Director of Cardinal Land Conservancy, to give us a presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for having me today. I appreciate it. I'll try not to go too long. I've only got about 100 slides for you all, so I'll make this.
Whatever.
We only set out 2 or 3 hours for you. That was it.
I think only the last one's on here. So I'm the Executive Director for Cardinal Land Conservancy. We're a land trust, and we work throughout Southwest Ohio. Many people have heard of the Nature Conservancy. We're your local Nature Conservancy. So Cardinal Land Trust formed officially 3 years ago. There were 3 land trusts operating in Southwest Ohio, and they merged just to try to combine resources and be a little bit more efficient. And the result of that merger is the first executive director. So it was the Southern Ohio Farmland Preservation Association that worked mainly in the east, Clinton County Open Lands that worked in the north, and the Land Conservancy of Hamilton County that was in Hamilton County. So that is now us. So as a nonprofit, officially, we've been in business since 1999, so a lot of years.
What counties do you cover?
So Hamilton,
Clermont, Hamilton.
Hamilton, Warren, Clinton, Highland, Brown, Adams.
Okay.
So we're really not in Butler because we kind of fill the gaps. There are land trusts. There's a land trust in Butler County that focuses on Butler County. So we kind of work where the others don't. There are about 7 land trusts in this area, but they're very focused. So we work everywhere else. Our mission is to preserve natural habitats, waterways, and productive lands we love in Southwest Ohio by working with individuals, families, and communities. We really are dedicated and focused towards improvement. We are on the short list for being nationally accredited by the Land Trust Alliance. So that is our nonprofit Better Business Bureau. That's our seal of approval. So we are in this year's graduating class. Before I go on, we do have, I'll go back to the map real quick. We have about 4,700 acres. Most of that is in easements. When the organization started, there were a lot of farm easements. So what that is there's different sections of the Clean Ohio Green Space or Clean Ohio program. One is for agricultural easement purchase, and it helps keep family farms in the family. So it's a grant award that helps protect prime soils and keep land from being subdivided while offering some payments to farmers. What I'm going to talk about today is the other side of the Clean Ohio program, and it's a green space program. So I know you guys have entertained and supported some green space programs in the past. I'll talk about this project. It's called the Rinsky Nature Preserve after the Rinsky family that's owned this property in a long time, or for, I don't know, more than 100 years. It's up next to Stone Lick Lake State Park. It's 68 acres of pristine old growth woods. Now the interesting part about this, I've worked in natural resources world for a long time. I used to be the director of science for the Nature Conservancy in Ohio, and this is a globally important habitat type. When you get up on the plains from the Ohio River, it's a clay soil, poorly drained, holds a lot of water. It wasn't used for, it's tough to make a living farming on it, especially, in today's standards. But this particular piece has a kind of woods on it that's called a beech maple oak flatwoods. And there's lots of black oak on it. And the trees are giant. So the family has kind of defended this woods for, ever since the family's been involved with it. So it really is a unique, and the other similar type is a state nature preserve, and it's Culberson Flatwoods. And we have the support of the Division of Natural Areas and Preserves to pursue this grant. They're going to partner with us because of the value of the property. So here Edenton is right up off the map. You can see a part of the lake. It's Stone Lick Lake. The Stone Lick property actually comes down to right next to this property. So we don't border it, but we're really close. Or the Rinskys don't border it. Here's the Wayne Township Hall and the new fire department. So the piece we're looking at is on Luders Road that just does a little cut through, and this is that woods. The family, they're in having some trying times with health issues, but they have a long agreement with a farmer to keep farming this piece, and we respect that. But that's the reason that we're not trying to get it all, because we would like to see it all preserved eventually, but we're just going for the woods, which is the prime habitat and the unique habitat type.
Going back to that slide just a second, the woods that continues on there to the south,
Yes.
is that the same type of flatwood?
It is the same type of flatwoods, and you'll see after the pictures, we would like to work with that family in the future. It's changed hands quite a bit, and in the past 5 years, it was logged pretty heavily.
Okay.
So there is
I wondered about that because, seeing it on there, I was like, man.
No,
that's
it
a
was
lot
the
more.
same woods.
Yeah.
So I'll show you. I walked it with a botanist. You guys, if you don't know him, he's a wonderful man, a great naturalist. Dan Boone, descendant from Daniel Boone. Believe it or not, he knows every genus and species of every plant in the East. His brain is phenomenal. But this is just looking up at some of the big trees that are growing in here. Big oaks, big maples, big beech. And, I try to throw him in there for scale so we can see how big some of these trunks are. Jack in the Pulpit. There are some plants. That one's about 3 feet tall. That's Jack in the Pulpit. That one is Green Dragon. Just a unique habitat. You can kind of see how open it is, and it's mostly native species in the interior and in open woods, which is harder to find with our invasions from Tree of Heaven and honeysuckle. It does have issues with invaders on the edge that we're going to add into our grant to remove those to take care of the woods. So we are seeking a resolution of support if you're willing to entertain it for us to pursue the Clean Ohio grant. It is one of the requirements from the state of Ohio to get your support.
Do you have the one picture there where he's standing in front of it with like a pole in his hand, where he's standing in front of one of those big trees? If you go back.
Yeah.
There, that one?
Yeah, there's a little cleaner one I've got a picture of right here. I don't know where this one came from. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Right there. You notice that the areas all around those big trees are not, grown up in all kinds of invasive species because of the canopy that's over that. That's.
And the water. There's a lot of, it's poorly drained, so with us having the weird climate of May weather in August and September weather in May, there's standing water on the whole thing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that helps keep the invaders out as well.
Yeah.
So, that's what we're looking for. We're really trying to improve our operations in Southwest Ohio and increase our visibility and provide places to the public, and this is one of those places. Lots of strategic partners, including the Nature Center, that support us on this, and all the soil and water conservation districts. Hope you guys are going to the dinner tomorrow night. That's it.
So just as a question, the two programs that they have with Clean Ohio, one is about preserving acres to keep them in the family, and then this particular is different. That kind of explain how does that really work?
So
in this particular case, how are they paid? What do you own? What don't you own? What do they no longer continue to own?
I'll go back to the map. For this specific case, we are seeking to buy the woods from the family.
Okay.
So it will be a fee purchase.
Okay.
And the way that's valued is, as required by the program, we have to have an appraisal, by a certified state appraiser. And what they also allow, and you'll see there, is a timber appraisal.
Okay.
So you know, they understand that we could buy the land, and before we purchase it, they could come in and log it and take that value and take away from really the purpose of the program.
Okay.
So using those appraisals, you know, we submit an application, but there has to be a 25% match. And the way that we accomplish that as a land trust with limited budget is through a bargain sale. So we're looking for the landowners to provide that match, so we'll be eligible for the grant program.
Okay. And does that include easements into that property? I mean, that's what you
So
actually have.
So this access, I made this map before I went to the Wayne Township trustees. And they're okay with wherever it is. They just say it needs to be 50 feet. It's actually going to be over here.
Okay.
And we're not going to have an access easement. We're going to own the piece that gets us out. And we didn't care where it is, because the farmer really wants to farm that strip there.
Okay.
So we're going to have a strip that goes out on that piece, just so we have enough road frontage, but we can also have people get back and hike the trails.
And then the other program is to keep properties in the family. How does that work?
So the way that one works, it's very competitive and there's not much money in it. It's
Okay.
the local agricultural easement purchase program. And we are the sponsor for 6 counties, 6 of our 7 counties. And as a sponsor, we are given an amount as determined by the Ohio Department of Agriculture to dole out to the highest ranking farms. And it's a tough time for farmers right now. I mean, with, you know, the interest rates are rising on farm loans, and with the trade issues, they were expecting $10 beans, they're getting 7. They're getting hit on both ends. So I probably have about 40 farmers interested in the program where we can only fund 3.
Okay.
The way that works is we may get $350,000, and that will allow us to purchase an agricultural easement on farms. So we actually reimburse them. They own it, but we have like a power line easement, but it's a blanket of protection.
Right.
It can't be subdivided. They won't be able to build any more structures except for in their operating footprint, but it has to stay together forever. And that's what
Okay.
we do.
Okay.
In the south, we have some of those. Franklin.
Okay, any other questions?
That was it.
Okay, thank you. We have a resolution that was prepared in case we want to move forward with this.
You.
And that's in my hand, Resolution 148-18. Do we have a motion to approve that resolution?
I make a recommendation that the Board of County Commissioners adopt Resolution 148-18, resolving to support participation in the 2018 Clean Ohio Conservation Fund Program relative to the Cardinal Land Conservancy, Inc.'s Clean Ohio Program grant application for funding to be utilized for the acquisition of approximately 68 acres for Rinsky Nature Preserve project located in Wayne Township, Clermont County, Ohio.
Does that acreage change based on your map? And
No, the acreage is similar.
Okay.
The final acres will come out. If we're awarded, then we have to get it surveyed.
okay, I'll second the motion.
Mr. Painter?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. There we go.
Thanks for
Sure.
coming.
We have a consent agenda that was mailed to us on Friday. Are there any items that need to be pulled from the consent agenda for further discussion and consideration, or can I obtain a motion to approve the consent agenda as prepared?
Mr. President, I move that I make a motion that we accept the consent agenda as prepared.
Second?
Mr. Painter?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. The non-consent agenda begins on page 7 with item 13, which is a resolution 147-18 to pay our bills in the amount of $730,256.27. Do we have a motion to approve item 13?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Painter?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 14.
Good morning, I'm Lyle Bloom, Director with the Clermont County Water Resource Department, and item 14 is a recommendation to award the bids and execute the contracts for the furnishing and delivery of chemicals for the county waterworks system pursuant to the specifications to the following vendors as the lowest and best bids received on July 19th, 2018 for a total estimated cost of $627,968, effective for the period of September 12th, 2018 through December 31st, 2019, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein and award of bid therefore, and contingent upon the release of the required purchase orders. So the first bidder is Chemtrade Chemicals US LLC out of Parsippany, New Jersey, and their bid is for aluminum sulfate. The next is JCI Jones Chemicals Incorporated out of Sarasota, Florida, for their bid for chlorine. And the next is Brentag Mid-South Incorporated out of Georgetown, Kentucky, for hydrofluosilicic acid, which is fluoride. The next is Brentag Mid-South Incorporated out of Georgetown, Kentucky, for caustic soda. And the last is Marubeni Specialty Chemicals Incorporated out of White Plains, New York, for potassium permanganate.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve item 14?
So moved.
Second?
Before we vote, did all of these chemical companies bid all these different things, or did they have specific?
Yeah, they bid on specific items.
Got it. That was it.
Very good. Judith?
Mr. Painter?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Thank you.
Item 15.
Morning.
Good to see you.
Craig Reisner, Clermont County Engineer's Office. Item number 15 is a recommendation of Patrick J. Munger, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas J. Agel, County Administrator, to execute record plat number 6293075. This is located within Batavia Township, and to further execute performance and maintenance bonds, as well as performance bond for sidewalk as surety for the same. This is for the subdivision Woodbury Glen subdivision, Section 7, located in Batavia Township.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve item 15?
So moved.
Second, any discussion? Nope, it's all yours.
Mr. Painter?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 16.
Item 16 is a recommendation of Patrick J. Munger, County Engineer, with the concurrence of Thomas J. Agel, County Administrator, to approve the time and place of the annual meeting of county and township authorities directly involved with construction and repair of roads and bridges within Clermont County, Ohio. Said meeting to be held at 5 p.m. on Thursday, September 20th, 2018, at the Clermont County Fairgrounds Multi-Purpose Building, Owensville, Ohio, pursuant to and in compliance with Section 5543.06 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve item 16?
So moved.
Second,
Mr. Painter?
discussion? There's none. Go ahead, Judith, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Mr. Painter?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 17.
Item 17 is a recommendation to acknowledge the receipt of the proposal by the county recorder received by the board on 8/30/2018 relative to her request to reserve funds for the acquisition or maintenance of imaging and other technological equipment and contract services therefore, and to establish the date of Wednesday, September 19th, 2018 at 11:00 a.m. during the regular session of the Board of County Commissioners to meet with the county recorder for the review thereof, pursuant to and in compliance with Section 317.321 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve item 17?
So moved.
Second, discussion? Judith?
Mr. Painter?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 18.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Mary Raines, Director of OMB. Item 18 is the request to make changes to the annual appropriation. The first one is $30,846 for the Sheriff's Policing Revolving Fund for the addition of the new contracts that the sheriff has had this year that weren't included in the original appropriation. Then there are two reductions, a $19,994.28 reduction to the enclave at O'Bannon RID and $2,385.64 to the Ridgewood Corporation Center RID. And that's just to bring the appropriations down to what the actual revenues were so that it's not over appropriated. And then the final one is for fleet maintenance. Other expenses, $143,896. And what that'll do is appropriate the remaining available balance. It wasn't fully appropriated, and fuel costs have been a little bit higher this year than we had expected.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the changes? Second.
Painter.
Discussion.
Mr. Painter?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. We have some introductions we'd like to make, I think.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
2 aides.
if the two A's would come forward, you get to stand behind the podium for just a moment. For just a moment. I'd like to introduce Emily McCaffey. She's joining me as an aide, and she's been a paralegal in the past and comes to the office after 6 years' experience in that role. Mr. Painter has an
And the
introduction.
other young lady that's there with her is Lindsay Ernest, and she comes to us from a career in the medical field, and this is a brand new arena for her to play in. So she is learning everything from the very start, and so far seems very eager to do it, and we're glad that you're here. So welcome.
We're glad that we're both here. Welcome. And we have a need, oh, we have more. Oh, picture. We're gonna go out here.
You get
The
to stand right
official
there
picture place.
where the seal is.
Oh, we get to stand next to
You
it.
want to get
Yeah, don't confuse people.
I just thought that maybe, Lindsay was, a little taller than
Confuse
me.
people.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And let's see the flash. 1, 2, 3. Thanks.
Thanks.
We have a need for executive session under 121.22 G1 and G3 of the High Revised Code to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline of one or more public employees, and second, to confer with the prosecuting attorney regarding pending or imminent litigation respectively. Do we have a motion to go into executive session under those two sections?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Painter?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. We'll be back. We're back from executive session. No decisions were made, and we're now in the agenda portion. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to participate, public participation? If not, then I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Commissioner Humphrey, we do have a
Oh,
personnel.
we have an add-on. Okay.
We have a personnel action in the Department of Job and Family Services for Donna Longworth, Fiscal Support Coordinator, termination, probationary removal, effective 9/12/2018.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Painter?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. And we did public participation, so that concludes our business for today. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Painter?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Thanks for joining us, and God bless.